Yes, that's right. It's time for Trailer Talk, the only show where 6 self-proclaimed experts react and nerd out on trailers from their unique POVs: editing, sound design, production, marketing, and acting. This week, let's get ready to rumble! Hey, Nolan North back with more Trailer Talk with all my friends, Paul, PJ, Stephanie, Pagan, and Josephine J. Drusev. Today, we're going to do a little something different. We're going to watch 2 trailers and compare them. We're going to go back in time and not forward in time. We're going to the present, but we're going to just mix and match. It's just a goulash.
A battle of the trailers.
A goulash.
The trailer battle. First up, Drew.
So this was actually Stephanie's idea. We wanted to compare the Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights and also watch Steven Spielberg's West Side Story that's coming out in December. And you'll kind of see why. They're somewhat similar but obviously different too. So why don't we take a look at In the Heights first, and we'll kind of give our reactions to that.
Let me just listen to my block. Early July.
So we've got the summer.
Ice cold piragua, pancha, china, cherry.
Mira, güero, ¿cómo estás?
On these blocks, you can't walk too fast without bumping into someone's big plans.
All alone.
No people.
That's cool. I love that edit.
You made all of this?
I love her. She's awesome. Melissa Barrera.
Start small, dream big.
Because you can see a future that I can't.
Let me take this moment just to say, no, you are gonna change the world someday.
Are they singing this?
The whole world.
Yeah.
Tell the world we are not invisible.
Let's go!
It looks so good too. I'm gonna have to fast forward through all this
Something
singing
on your
first.
shirt.
I don't know what she meant by that.
Can we make a little noise tonight?
That's another good.
We are not powerless.
Can we sing so loud and raucous?
We are powerful.
The bridge and East Caucus.
Go show them who we are.
From Puerto Rico to Santo Domingo, wherever we go, we rap for people and we go.
In the Heights, rated PG-13, in theaters and on HBO Max, June 11th.
Oh.
All right. HBO Max, too.
Which doesn't help us in Europe, by the way. HBO Max. Just saying.
I think it's popping. I don't know. I think this pumped me up to see it. I'm excited. Because I didn't get to see Hamilton on Broadway, and so I can see a lot of like where the inspiration from this went into Hamilton, music-wise. I'm pumped. I like musicals.
I have a love-hate relationship with musicals.
Yeah, I hate
it's
them.
like, and I've seen a lot of them on stage, like old ones, or classics, I should say, Oklahoma and, The Music Man, which is great. But sometimes it's like, if it's not really, really good, they just get to the singing, you go, stop singing, please, and just get to the story, Unless it's really good.
I hear you. Yeah.
But this looks good, though. I mean, because I love this culture. I love this culture. So I think kind of anything with this culture, I'm always down to watch. I don't know why. It's kind of a passionate culture, kind of, and so it's So I'm down for that. But I don't know about all the singing and dancing. But
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. I'm right with you. I love the look of it. I love the actors. Has anybody ever seen the Melissa Barrera in that show Vita? You ever watched that show Vita?
No, not yet.
Go look it up and watch it. There's only 2 seasons or 3 seasons. It's so good, and it's that culture, Paul, in L.A. And trying to be living on the east side of LA. It's really, really, really good.
That sounds good.
But yeah, I'm sorry. When they start singing, I'm like, I love watching it live. I love the live singing, like when you're live. But in a movie, I'm like, God, I just don't know what. It rubs me the wrong way. But this looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
Looks
I might
good.
watch it.
Here's my thing. The dancing in the streets, that's just traffic problem.
And dangerous.
I lived in New York. I've been to Washington Heights.
Can't
if
dance
somebody
in the
doesn't get
streets,
run over in this movie, I don't believe it.
It's not real.
You can't suspend your disbelief that much, huh?
Okay, no, in all seriousness, I'm going to tell you, here's the deal. In all seriousness, I grew up in a house where we watched musicals all the time.
Sorry about that.
Oliver, My Fair Lady, Music Man, all this stuff. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. So I'm completely in. You know, I think Lin-Manuel Miranda is incredibly talented. This is something I can get behind because I just, love the story, inspiration, whatever. And I just like musicals. It's just kind of again, aside from the traffic issues I see.
It was a good trailer too, though. Like it told the story well. It showed the great show. It was a good trailer. Yeah.
The trailer itself helped sell that because it just, and the lead actor is immediately so charismatic, and you're rooting for him just through his look. You can see he just looks like. And I love those kind of underdog stories, like you want something more, and he's going to pursue passion and dreams, and it gives me the good feels. So I like it a lot. So and I know we're kind of doing a little battle with the West Side Story, so I want to see like which one's going to win. So so far, without seeing the other one, they are in the lead.
Well, I mean, I love musicals. I love musicals. I love theater. So this already had me from like Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go see that. I loved Hamilton. I didn't see it obviously on Broadway, but I did see this show on like the Disney Plus, and I listened to the soundtrack all the time. Actually, listening to it today. But I'm excited for this. I really love the way that Lin-Manuel Miranda writes and characters and exploration of cultural diversity and celebrating that. And I think this looks fantastic and a big passion project. It almost looks like. So I feel it in the colors, in the tones, in the songs, in the themes that are like in the trailer. Like you can see love stories between multiple people, and I love it. I think this looks dope.
Yeah. Well, and going back to what you were saying, like he wrote this because like he didn't see like any way for him, quoting him like as himself as a Latino who wanted to be in musical theater. So he wrote this, and it's adapted from a book by Chiara Allegria. But I think that's really cool. And like another thing that when I was doing research, there's no like real antagonist like as a person in this story. Like it's all like the antagonist is fear. And so like they're all like forced to overcome something, whether it's like finding a success or like whatever it is, like making choices. So I think that's really cool. And just cool. The factor that you have all these people kind of revolving around each other, and it only takes place like over a span of 3 days. So I feel like we're really going to feel like we're there with them.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, you want to do an edit where we just take out all the singing parts and see what it looks like as a movie?
Yeah, we'd have a solid 5 minutes, probably.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No.
I think it helps a marriage if both of you like or don't like musicals. I think,
really?
My wife and I both hate musicals. So I think that works for us.
That's interesting.
Marissa's pretty you can't combine comics and live action. Like, can't put cartoons in, like she just walks out. And she hates musicals.
What about the one with Emma Stone and Ryan,
La La Land?
La La Land?
You didn't like that?
We
got that one had me hook, line, and sinker. I thought it was amazing.
The second they started singing in Hamilton, it got turned off.
Well, Hamilton's just
I
one
wasn't
big
a fan
song.
of Hamilton, but yeah, La La Land.
I don't think there's like a moment in Hamilton where they
so we didn't watch more than 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And then La La Land, nah.
All right, let's move on.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead, Drew. Give us your useless opinion.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be useless for sure. Now that you set it up, I don't know. I was kind of digging the editing here.
And there we have it from Drew. He doesn't know.
Is my delay that bad?
I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I was really digging the editing in this. Like, there's like this golf swing cut that flies into like a can. The guy catches a can. There's like a really cool finger point to like a lamp turning on. I don't know if that's indicative of what the movie is going to be like, but there's some really nice flourishes here. Even I actually enjoyed the art direction too. There's like some really moments where like in the tunnel there's like some neon graffiti as well as like light pulsing, and like there's a shot I think in like a basement where there's like a beam of light coming down. It just looks really powerful. Some really powerful art direction.
That's gorgeous.
So and it feels like this is just going to be a good time. Like it feels like it has really good summer vibes. Even the font is like a neon script. It kind of feels like cotton candy. Like I feel like you're walking into a movie that you're just gonna walk out of, and I had a lot of candy. Like this was great. Maybe you got a toothache, but there's no regrets because you had a good time. You left singing maybe with a good message along with it. It looks cool. I guess the thing I'm worried about, is that it also feels a lot like West Side Story, right? You're dancing in the streets of New York. There's songs. It's a Puerto Rican community, young love. There's probably some conflict, which checks all the West Side Story boxes. So I do worry that
Wait, this is not a remake of West Side Story? It's not a remake?
It's not. It's a different. It's a different story,
It's not, but it has
so it's
all the
different,
themes,
but
pretty much.
somewhat similar, right? And I'm sure Lin-Manuel is probably drew from his love of West Side Story to make this, but it's interesting that they're both coming out this year.
You know what this also kind of reminds me of a little bit? Do the Right Thing, like vaguely, just like a little bit.
That's a big comparison, girl.
Yeah,
that is a big comparison
for sure.
That's a good movie.
Absolutely.
It's a
they
great
don't sing
movie.
in that one though, do
No,
they?
they don't. They don't.
No,
Yeah,
you're off the hook on that one.
Just the radio in the background.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
All right, let's watch West Side Story.
This is Steven Spielberg, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Steven's got for us.
Look at that shot.
Nice.
Yeah, this shoot.
Oh,
Is he
people are
still
whistling.
using Yunus
The
Yamensky, or is he
whistles,
dead
yeah.
now? I don't know if Yunus is still alive. Look at that shot.
Oh my gosh, look at
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is our time.
All right. It's the Irish there, Pagan.
I saw that, yeah.
Puerto Ricans and the Irish.
I felt it in my soul, Nolan.
Oh, a good shot. Reminds me of Warriors, but it's very West Side
Oh
Story.
wow, look at this.
Ooh.
That's a good shot.
That's
Look
awesome.
at that.
Shadows. Oh wow.
They're not going to sing again, are they?
They're going to
They're
sing.
going to sing. They're going to sing.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, fuck. They're going to sing.
Yep, they're singing.
I don't mind dancing. I'll take dancing. But...
Aw.
Okay, this is classic Spielberg. The piano clinking, the walk out of the light,
Yeah, no, this is very.
yeah, and then now here comes all the zoom shots. Push-ins. Good colors.
period.
Crazy
So
colors.
Oh, I just got chills.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
No, that was a good trailer, man. He knows how to pull the strings. He knows how to pull
Oh.
every single one of them.
He's the master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who shot
Yeah,
this?
yeah, for
Who
sure.
shot that? God, that looked good. That was a good trailer.
But you can do
I'll
that
watch
with that
And,
trip.
you know what?
Sorry, go ahead.
No singing.
Yeah.
He hooked me.
Well,
He didn't show any singing, so he's like, I know PJ doesn't like singing, so I'm not going to put it in the trailer so he watches my movie.
Right. Totally.
But again,
Tricky bastard.
again, like
Tricky
the other
bastard.
trailer, you got the Puerto Ricans messing up all the traffic. Running down the streets, flashing
yeah.
their dresses, doing the thing.
I got it.
I mean, it's a traffic hazard. Somebody's
All right,
going to get hurt. That's all I'm saying.
You can get a
I lived in New York. It's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea to dance in the streets.
Well, you can fall down a manhole. You can do a pirouette and your ass goes right down a manhole. Break a leg.
I thought it was tradition to do that when you go to New York. I thought everybody's like singing and dancing in the street.
But is this not an accurate representation of New York in the 50s? That's
Yeah.
upsetting. Don't
You know what?
dream here
Here's
for
the
me,
thing.
Nolan.
True. This is a period piece, so maybe in the 50s they were dancing in the streets.
Well, I think it's great
okay.
that they got Rita Moreno. First
Yeah.
of all, it's Spielberg. He's a genius. It's going to be a great movie. I'm not a fan of remakes. Just like update remakes, whatever they are, upmakes. I kind of feel like the other, In the Heights kind of made me go, oh, that's something I haven't seen. That's interesting. I've seen West Side Story. I just don't know. It's like I've seen the story. Now I'm going to see it with new actors.
Yeah.
Called it. Yunus Yamensky shot it. I'll watch anything that guy shoots. That guy is insane.
Yeah.
100 million to make.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Yunus Yamensky is the best cinematographer on the planet. Prove me wrong.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
What else
The
has he done?
best. Everything. Let me give you a couple things that he's done.
Yeah,
I'll
do
just
it.
give you a couple.
God, the pause.
Nicki Minaj. No.
Wow.
Could you take longer?
He did her.
Jesus.
He did Save It Private Ryan. He shot that.
That was shot here in Ireland.
It was?
Yeah, the opening sequence is shot in Ballinascar Beach in Wexford, about 15 minutes down the road from me. Yeah, there you go. Told Todd the same thing.
You got to look it up. Okay, he shot Lincoln, shot Warhorse. He shot all the Indiana Jones.
Oh, wow.
He shot Munich.
Oh, wow. That was great.
He shot Terminal. He shot Minority Report.
Oh, I love
He
Minority
shot
Report.
AI,
God,
Artificial Intelligence, Saving Private Ryan. Shot Armageddon. Shot Amistad.
Armageddon.
He shot Jurassic Park. He shot Jerry Maguire.
We get it. He's good.
He's
and
Nicki Minaj.
one of the best. He shot Schindler's List.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so this guy is insane. So you saw it immediately when you were called it, Drew, with those shadows and everything. It's just like, I'll watch it just because he shot it. So he shot a couple.
You know who's interesting missing from
He knows what he's doing.
the IMDb list
What
is...
if he comes shoot retro replay?
Yeah, right. Yeah. What are you doing?
He also shoots retro
Who's
replay.
missing?
John Williams is not scoring this, and typically John Williams and Steven Spielberg are like two peas in a pod when they do movies. So I thought that was interesting.
Huh.
I wonder why. Maybe he's just. I mean, he's getting up there. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe his
maybe,
health
or
is
he
just
could have
not-
been booked on something else. It's
John
not like
Williams
he's
hates
exclusive.
musicals.
Yeah.
John Williams hates musicals like PJ.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
He loves music. He doesn't like musicals.
That is an
Right.
interesting thing, though. I wonder how much score is in the film as opposed to the music of the film. I mean, how much room is there to
'cause it's
score? I
all
mean,
that-
there's got to be score, but
Right.
that would
Sondheim
be interesting.
and what's the guys?
Yeah.
I don't know the guys
sure.
that did originally. Yeah, I don't know. This looked good. This looked really good.
Yeah.
Well, and it definitely
I mean-
looks like an
Spielberg.
ode to the original. And he's
Yeah.
a big cinemaholic too. You know, he's all for making that stuff like true to what it was. I feel like. So I feel like it's going to be very similar to the first one. I'm more intrigued by the previous trailer, but I got a lot of like goosebumps
Yeah.
watching this trailer.
He's good at doing that, though. It's really good at doing that.
I'm a big Steven Spielberg fan, so like I'll watch this. I'm a musical fan. I'll watch this. And maybe I've actually never been able to finish the first West Side Story, so I probably should finish that one before watching this.
I think that the original is such a cultural icon.
I've never
Pagan's
seen
here.
West Side. Yeah, hello, hi, how are you? I think the Irish will love it. Back to you. No, I think.
Hey, Dan's mom, Maddie Ziegler, is going to play member of the Jets.
Yes,
Oh, no.
I saw that. All right. I've never seen West Side Story. Just never been interested in West Side Story, so I don't think I'm going to be seeing this. I think it looks amazingly shot. I think the art direction looks fantastic. The costumes look beautiful. I just genuinely don't really have an interest in this story. It's Romeo and Juliet, and I feel like you just can't do that better than Shakespeare himself. And I did a whole bunch of study on him, and I've done that. That was my whole degree. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm good with that story. Thanks. Like, I don't really need this. I
Wow.
feel like
Way to put a
we could.
downer on it, Pig.
Well, could we not have gotten something cooler from Spielberg? Like,
Jeez.
West Side Story is cool, but like, I would have loved to see something else.
Team
I don't
Shark.
Yeah.
Do you think he just wanted to do a musical? He's never done a musical, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, he's never done a
Potentially.
musical.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I was kind of.
Maybe
I
he
was
just
with you
wanted just
when I first heard about
Yeah,
West
that
Side
makes
Story.
sense.
I was like, why do this? Why is this being remade?
Yeah,
Because I
why
originally
this-
thought I was
yeah.
like, oh, they're gonna remake it like in a modern way, like that. But the
Yeah.
trailer obviously it's a period piece. It's back in the 50s. It looks like because I was like, how are they gonna redo? Because you're right, like Romeo and Juliet, it's redone with like, and it's two rival gangs, the Jets and the Sharks, and I don't know, maybe I'm out of touch, but are gangs like still relevant today? Like it was my first thought. Like how are is like maybe I'm
Gangs,
Yeah.
Drew, I
Yeah.
can answer that. Gangs are very relevant, but they usually shoot each other. They don't have
Not
dance offs.
together.
not dance off. Yeah,
You think he's going after the 61 film, or he's doing or it's off the play? Like, because, Natalie Woods did the one in 61.
from what I've read, they're going off the original like play. Yeah, not the film.
In the 57 play?
Yeah, yeah. And I got goosebumps. It feels like this is going to be something you're going to walk in and you're probably going to leave like with like a tear in your eye, kind of vibe, which is obviously the complete
Just a
opposite.
tear?
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm a man. I got to hold it back as long as I can for street cred. it's going to be interesting, like the comparison here to obviously the cotton candy version that Lin-Manuel is kind of putting out versus like this like real. This feels super grounded, right? Like there's even the way it's shot. It just feels so. It's going to look and feel like you're living in the 1950s New York, living with these characters. It's going to be powerful. It's interesting.
I'm going to watch both, even with the singing. I'm going to watch both.
Yeah.
I think I would rather. I'm going to watch In the Heights. I think that looks way more up my alley. I just think that, like, West Side Story, I'm sure is fantastic. But again, like, I've had Romeo and Juliet for, like, ever. And it's, like, a predictable story. I know the outcome. And I feel like that probably won't leave me with, like, a tearjerker moment. Because I'd be like, okay, I know. I understand what's happening here because it's based off of that play. So,
yeah.
That's partly probably why I hadn't. If I knew nothing about Romeo and Juliet or studied Shakespeare or whatever, then I probably would be like, yeah, I'll be first in the theater for this. But at the moment, I'm like, nah, I'm going to go watch In the Heights.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd push back.
I mean, Spielberg may not be like Shakespeare where he kills everybody at the end.
Maybe.
And you're a theater,
that could be a surprise for me. I'd love to watch that then.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd push
I want to
back.
do Romeo and Juliet, but I don't want them to die.
What was that crazy version by that guy? That unbelievable. He does all kinds of
Baz
different.
Luhrmann?
Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah,
That was a great
insane.
one.
Did they sing in that? Right?
No, they didn't.
Did they sing in that?
No.
I think
They
There's no
sang in
musical.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge. There's the only one there where they sing that I like. That's the only musical that I've watched more than once. I really like that musical.
Yeah. That's a good film.
Yeah, no, they're fun.
I like a musical.
Even if gangs aren't relevant anymore, I mean, tribalism certainly is, and you just replace that with like a Republican and Democrat family. You know,
don't go there, Paul.
Yeah.
Don't go
No,
there.
I'm not to be political, but I mean, it's tribalism,
that's a good
right?
idea.
It's tribalism no matter what it is.
I know just the family we can use.
It would be a good movie to do, though. Like, we do Romeo and Juliet, Republican versus Democrat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That'll be
Yeah.
only on Disney
That's
Channel.
how they do the modern one.
Well, I think where
Disney.
the difference, my pushback to Pagan is here is like where Romeo and Juliet obviously was about like two households colliding, like two gangs. I think West Side Story is more about racism and prejudice. Not that Romeo and Juliet doesn't have that, but I think this West Side Story is more timely.
Sure.
As a story, modern day, being told, similar to In the Heights, in the sense that racism is probably a part of that story as well. So I don't know. I think there's room this year in the world we live in today for both of those films to exist and kind of tell their stories. So maybe it's not binary, maybe it's not one or the other, but maybe it is both, and they both can exist and tell similar stories and similar themes, but yet we can have that catharsis,
I feel like I'm taking extra credit at a community college.
Me too.
I know.
I mean, if you really want to go
like,
through it, the opening shot where they're like with the shadows and everything, you realize that doesn't matter what race you are, your shadow is always the same.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Boom.
Wow, it's deep.
But,
Yeah, that's
but
what I
all
saw.
that is really
Literally is what I
Still
tribalism.
gonna watch
Yeah.
it.
Really
Pagan.
is.
You're
That
so
person's
gonna watch
different
it.
than me,
Yeah.
so I don't like him. So
Right.
that
Exactly.
Yeah.
spans all sorts of stuff. That's
The
families.
base of all
that's
racism.
yeah. It's all the same
is.
thing.
Yeah, I'm sure
The
this
unknown
this video, or
breeds
sorry,
fear,
this film.
breeds anger.
Exactly. I think this film definitely has messages and words of wisdom towards racism and like just like xenophobia and everything. And I think this is going to be a really important film. It's just the actual story, West Side Story. I potentially wish it was in a different themed film, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're giving it to you in West Side Story is interesting because it will also like reach an audience that have seen the original, as well as new people who were like, oh, I really love that actor, or you know what, I really love musicals and I love the 50s and that's all like vintage. I love that. Like they're going to go see that too. So I think it's going to really mesh well with audiences too.
Well, there you go. West Side Story. In the Heights. It's about a lot of things that you learn at PJ's Community College. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have the last word here. I'm going to go see them both. Because I only want to compare and contrast the way we've done it with the trailers, and then we'll circle back.
We never circle back. We need to have a circle back show. We never circle back.
We should circle back.
Because we have to wait. We have to wait.
Like Mortal
and
Kombat,
see.
which I pissed all over, is apparently crushing it. And I can't get anyone in my house to watch it with me. And I really want to watch it now.
We can't watch it yet.
Be a man.
What?
Yourself.
It's not that good.
Really? I watched
Doesn't matter. We're done. We're over our time limit. Everybody is unsubscribing. We love you all. Thank you so much for joining us here on Trailer Talk. For me and all my ridiculous counterparts.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Thanks for watching / listening. Guys, if you want us to talk about a movie or a game or any kind of TV trailer, just let us know in the comments below. Also, if you're into what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by using the join button below. Don't be afraid. Click it.